Welcome back. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is Pathfinder Kingmaker, the Chronicle of Arius Cyril.
Rest is in order.
That it is. But first, we need to take a look around, see what's going on in the town, set up whatever projects we need to do, set up building in our settlement, and then we can rest. But right now, we need to take a look around the town. I hear that there's a merchant somewhere here, which is good, because I need to sell a bunch of stuff. And also, I need to find that one attractive woman that wanted to go treasure hunting. Who's this fellow? You see a dark-skinned, wiry man with a weather-beaten face and happy smile on his face. He is dressed luxuriously, and his dark hair and neat mustache are exquisitely coiffured. There we go. The man bows to you, spreading his arms a little. Hasuf from Absalom is happy to welcome you, Your Grace. Come, take a look at the best wares we traveling merchants have to offer. Please come take a look. Why did you leave Absalom, the center of global trade, for some young barony in the Stolen Lands? Ha ha ha. This is a long story. I don't think Your Grace would be interested. Come, tell me why you left Absalom. I insist. I wouldn't have asked if I wasn't interested. The merchant groans theatrically. Very well, as you wish, Your Grace. It was about a woman. Ah. When I was still young, I fell in love with the daughter of a judge, an important person in Absalom. For many years I tried to win her heart, but she was cold as stone. I should have given up, but this is not in my character. In the end, I did manage to win her love, but I was unready for it. As Abadar is my witness, the flames of hell burn inside this woman. I could not live with her for even 6 months. Tenderness and passion one day, screaming and scandal the next. Sometimes she would break into my office during business meetings to make a jealous scene, and sometimes pulled me by my collar from the finest taverns in town. I couldn't sleep. I was nervous all the time, and it started to affect my business. I realized there was nothing else to do but run. Leaving her and remaining in the city would be impossible, even in such a city as Absalom. I decided never to return, and I still fear that wild cat of a woman will follow my trail. Hasuf stops talking and stares into space without blinking, although sometimes, after a couple of jars of wine, I still remember her. Perhaps it was I who unleashed this tornado in her, if somehow I'd behaved differently. No, I think you did the right thing, dude. No, let me see what you have. See, that was an interesting story. And I am glad to have heard it. Oh, you've got a +1 tower shield with fire resistance. Ring of Plentiful Focus. This ring grants its wearer +1 bonus on damage rolls with bows, and a +2 luck bonus on lore nature checks. Oh, that's nice. I want that. +2 enhancement bonus on strength and dex. Oh, that's nice. Giant strength. Wow, you have some nice stuff, my friend. You have some nice stuff. You have 1,000 quarter staves. That's a lot of quarter staves. Okay. Alright, well... let me see about selling you some things. I'll keep one of these chain shirts just in case that tiefling might want it. I mean, I assume she can be in the party since she wants to go treasure hunting. And I'm gonna keep that as a trophy. Alright, all this stuff for, what is it, $43.90? That sounds reasonable to me. Right, deal. Ah, much better, thank you. Who is this fellow? A young dwarf, red-haired, neat, and surprisingly clean-shaven, stands leaning against a sledgehammer. He's busy reading some book, but as you approach he looks up and bows slightly. Greetings, your grace. I am Verdel, a blacksmith. What can I do to help you? What are you reading? I said, what are you reading? Well, different things. It's nice to take a rest with a good book. Just now, it's Valor and Honor, 10 Adventures of the Splendid Willis Gunderson in Absalom. Cool. I'd like to see your goods. As your grace wishes. Adamantine full plate. Nice. Mithril full plate. Also nice. I don't know, for some reason I kind of feel like I should buy that cold iron longsword from you, but I don't have a ton of money yet. Alright, who is this? The tiefling girl looks up as though she's made of sprigs. She cannot stand still for a moment. She nods her head, snaps her fingers, and taps her feet to an inner whirling song. Seeing you, she quickly waves her hand and breaks into a wide smile and immediately starts jabbering. Your Grace, welcome. What do you want? Scrolls? I have them. You won't regret it. My suppliers bring me more scrolls for sale. If you manage to attract more mages to your lands, more mages, more demand, and more goodies for you. So go build them libraries and we'll both profit from it. Yeah, show me what you've got then. Very interesting, I'll keep that in mind. Alright, but I'm looking for a different tiefling. Oh, we've got a tree.
Onwards.
Got a bulletin board here. That's pretty cool. Island? Who is this? You see a stout man, suited in well-worn armor. His face is framed with silvery stubble, and his fleshy nose is red and pockmarked. He radiates perfect calm. As you approach, he bows, respectfully and with dignity. Highland, your grace, captain of the city guard. A young dwarf girl salutes you awkwardly. Delia, assistant to the captain. Happy to serve you, your grace. Happy to serve your grace. See, I don't remember hiring a captain, or any guards for that matter. I don't remember hiring a guard captain, or any guards for that matter. I came here from Restov with a dozen of my best guards by order of Lady Jamandi Aldori, your grace. I hired the rest from among the locals. Don't you worry, your grace. We are now the subjects of the barony. We're sworn to serve you faithfully and loyally, and you can count on us. Besides, we draw our salary from your chests. I didn't agree to that. The captain looks at the female guard, raising his brow, then sighs and looks at you. Of course, every one of us is ready to die to protecting your grace, but there's still some work to be done when it comes to discipline. You know that dwarven author Baldric Zebras, Garlic Tundras? The name escapes me. My boneheads used to read this book about guards' duty, right on guard duty. I'll have to teach them a lesson or two. Highland, do the guards have everything they need? There are sufficient munitions and supplies, your grace. The salary is fair. We've enough to buy toys for the kids and a jug of beer when the shift is done. Of course, the town is growing. It would be nice to expand the ranks, but we can manage that ourselves. But I'd like to learn something about those who serve me. Of course, your grace. I have been a guard all my life. I started as stop-nosed runt in the night watch. Restov is famous for its fencing schools. Young people from all over the river kingdoms come to study there. It seems every other person has a sword, and every third thinks they know how to use it better than all the rest. A misspoken word or drunken fight can quickly lead to a stabbing rampage. That's why there are so many guards in the city, and they don't accept just anyone. Lady Jamandi took note of my achievements and marked me for advancement. That's why I'm here. As for Delia, I found her on the street about a decade ago. I remember vividly, a tiny dwarf girl sitting on the temple steps, sturdy face, barefoot, feeding a piece of bread to a stray cat. I saw her and my heart missed a beat. The captain looks away. Where she's from, who left her alone, and why, only Erastil knows. As she grew, I tried to send her to learn a craft. But who can talk sense into a dwarf? She wanted to be a guard, and that's that. So now I'm teaching her myself. Luckily, she has a head on her shoulders and a fair bit of strength. Alright, well, I've got to go now. Have a quiet shift. Can I speak to Delia specifically? Delia, the captain of the guard nods to you. Your Grace. Oh, no, it's just both of them then. Oh, hey, Valerie. Alright, thanks for the conversation. Talk to you later. As you wish. Alright. There's a couple of horses over here. Tristian's out here. I am looking for that cute tiefling. Among other things. Let's see, citizens. Oh, what is this? Is this someone's house? Yes, it is.
March on.
I'm just rummaging through your chest here. I'm not going to take anything, I was just curious. Yeah, there's Jod, there's a dog, there's a guard. It seems the tavern is that way. Let me finish exploring the town itself, though. Well, what's this here? Cassie, a tense silence hangs over the house. Cassie, your tiefling friend, emerges from the shadows, but her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now. The turmoil is suddenly over, but you see in Cassie's eyes, her blue eyes, it's you. I wanted to say no, I don't want to do chaotic stuff. If I'm gonna... I'd rather keep selecting various lawful stuff. I mean, if anything, I'd be fine ending up lawful neutral, but... I think you owe me an explanation. The girl closes her eyes and clenches her fists, obviously in the grip of strong emotion, but one you cannot read. I knew it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule, if he knew it would be impossible to keep? She takes a deep breath, opens her eyes, and speaks with firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Arius Cyril, that the person you know by the name of Kessie does not exist. My real name is Kalike, and it's a long story, and such stories are better told by welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? Yeah, fine. Let's go. Somewhere with a welcoming fire, I guess. Alright. The girl rests her head on her arm and stares off into the distance, lost in memory. Stories by the fire, in the desert where I was born, my fondest memory. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals, all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales. All they did, all they witnessed, all they heard from the other travelers, and the whispers carried by the desert wind. My sister and I often snuck in to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows, just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We are hellspawn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Kadira, unblessed by the light of merciful Sarenrae. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there, like orphans, but all outcasts and disowned. All but outcast and disowned. We were 13 when we left, and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed with relief. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Kenera, which means silent flame. She is fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I am a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travelers, and nurture green shoots, but when I flood, I am bound to bring death. The girl's eyes are full of sorrow. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Nethys, and by his mercy we now live, in turns. While one of us is here, the other sleeps in another place, and when she wakes up, we switch places, just as you just witnessed. So this is why you didn't remember me when we were talking to Jamandi Aldori? How could I remember you? I'd never met you at the time. That was Canera. She was the one who talked to you at the reception and helped you fight off the assassins. We usually write each other notes, recounting in detail all that happened and describing any friends that Kessie had made. But that time we switched right in the middle of a mansion engulfed in fire and filled with assassins. Canera didn't have the time to write any notes. And how is it you began to live in turns? This story, it's one I've never told to anyone before, no one in the whole world. And it's not easy to confide in a stranger. There's too much grief and guilt in it. If you don't mind, I'd rather not go into all the details. You see, my sister died, and I couldn't get over it. Canera was killed by a Soul Eater, a monster summoned by the secret followers of Abaddon's archdemons. Those who summoned him died in the fight, but the beast was too strong for my sister, and I wasn't even there to protect her. Kaliki catches her breath. We just had a fight, and we both did some stupid things just before, but I don't want to talk about that right now. Or that now, alright? When I found out what happened to my sister, I was ready to make a deal with any power, if only I could just get her back. And I found such a power. I was contacted by the Arcanothane, the herald of the god Nephis himself. She promised she would return Canera to life, but on two conditions. First, we must both keep the arrangement a secret. Second, we would never be able to meet again, and our new life began. Now we flee through the world, guarding our secret and always introducing ourselves as Kessie to hide that there are two of us, and we switch places with each other at random. While one lives, the other sleeps in a demi-plane, one created specially for us. But you just told me your secret, so... You revealed your secret to me. It means you broke one of the rules set by the deity's herald. Yes. Will you make me regret this, Arya Cyril? I felt you might be someone who could help me and my sister and change our fates. And you can't control these switches? No, we can't. They happen at random, most often while we're sleeping, but sometimes in broad daylight. That's why we can never stay in one place for long. When someone witnesses us switch, we usually tell them tales of a special magical way of traveling. But people start noticing strange things and begin to figure things out. Truth be told, I am so tired of having to pretend. We knew this couldn't last forever, and now the truth is finally out. What's the point in all this? Alright, what can I do to help? That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Canera was supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic taken by the Taldan Raiders and respected Kadiran Temple... No, from a respected Kadiran Temple of Nethys. It's an unusual relic, called the Disk of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and the moon, but I don't think that could be the truth. Nethys is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling their deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the disc, long ago in the distant past. According to legend, it gave its owners control over planar travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled the planes, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. Do you see now why we so desperately wish to find the disc? It might help us understand how the switch between me and Canera works, and it should make our divine patron happy. Nethys and his assistants value and desire to understand the mysteries of magic above all else. Alright, if this can help, then I agree. Valiki's sad eyes get a little warmer. Thank you. I'll wait for you there at Sorrowflow, and please, let's explore the ruins together. Just the two of us. I don't want to give myself away again in front of your companions. Breaking the Arcanothian's conditions once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god so long. Okay, so I'm supposed to meet her somewhere, and we'll do that. Okay. Alright. Interesting. No, I'm not looting her home. Arsino. A woman in rich gold-embroidered cloth greets you with a polite bow. Her eyes, the color of molten gold, shine brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, noble ruler of these lands. My name is Arsino. I'm a messenger from the Temple of Abadar in Absalom, and I came here assuming the citizens of your young barony could use the services of a priest. I could use the help of a cleric. That's precisely why I am here. Ah, you're selling magical stuff. Okay. Cleric-y stuff. Got it. What services do you offer? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. They're quite useful, even if you don't have anyone in your party who can read them. While you're in this settlement, or indeed any place with a cleric willing to help, you need only open your bag, choose the scroll you wish to cast. I'll be happy to read it for you. However, take care. Out there in the wilderness, a scroll is useless without someone who can read it. To use a scroll on your journeys, you'll need a spellcaster whose magical training covers such spells, or someone skilled in magical devices. Alright, tell me about Abadar. With pleasure. Abadar is the god of cities, law, merchants, and wealth. The core of his teachings is simple. Law and order allows civilization to develop, which allows people to live in peace and prosperity. If Erastil favors old customs, small settlements, and simple trades like hunting, then Abadar patronizes development, complex trades, order, and entrepreneurship. Cool. How did you come to be in my barony? That's a long story and not a terribly exciting one. I was born and raised in Absalom, but I saw little point in staying there. What's the purpose in promoting the faith of Abadar in a city already so large and well developed? No, I was drawn to backwater places where civilization was just beginning to emerge. It gives me such joy to see the first stones of a new settlement being laid, or to see wilderness that once harbored monsters and criminals become a safe, cozy home for the people. Alright. Cool. Well, I've got to go now. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. Alright, let's go. What else is over here? That's someone's house. That's someone's house. Not trying to enter people's homes. Harem is hanging out over there. Let's go see if there's anything else interesting around. There's a bunch of citizens just chilling over there. There's a dog here, some horses. Is that one fellow around? The one who was previously a member of the Staglords group? Who helped us in the fight?
No stopping now.
That's definitely someone I'd like to see again. Well, there's Octavia and Rigongar. More citizens. There's Harem. I suppose I'll go to the tavern and see what's up there. Oh man, I was hoping that she would stick around and be someone that I might be able to put into my court. No, I'm not stealing from people's homes. Stop. Alright, there's a lot of citizens in here. Amiri's here. The Honorial is here. Right, what's upstairs? Jithal's here. Another citizen. More citizens. Anyone in here? Another citizen. What's that? It's a Dwarven war axe. Okay. Well, I'm not just taking someone's stuff. Okay. Yeah, not just stealing from the people in the tavern.
It is done.
Alright. Oh, and this appears to be the innkeeper? Tavern keeper? Behind the inn's bar stands a young woman with curly red hair, a round face and rosy cheeks. She gives you a friendly smile, fixing her cap. It's so nice of you to stop by, Your Grace. I'm Alina, the innkeeper. Tell me about yourself. I'd be happy to, Your Grace. I love to talk, especially about myself. Where are you from? What land? Which family? I hail from the River Kingdoms, Artum to be precise. I'm from a farming family, just like about everybody from around there. There's more fertile land and pasture there than anywhere in the River Kingdoms, except for maybe 7 Arches. The folks who grew crops and tend cattle are all well respected there, but at the same time they live in constant danger. There's too many bad people, too lazy to work all day, but don't mind taking other people's things. Alright. Why did you decide to become an innkeeper? I was bored. Please don't get me wrong. I was fine at Father's farm, and I've got nothing but respect for farmers' work. But in our back country, you could go half a year without seeing one new face. No news, nothing happening. I've dreamed of working in an inn since I was a child. That's the kind of place where there's always lots of guests and stories. Alright. Where does the inn's name come from? Oh, don't ask. It's too funny. I kept thinking about what name to pick, choosing just the right one, but not one to waste time. I drew a beer mug on the door. I figured folks would just see it and come on in, so the locals got used to calling the place the Beer Mug Inn, so the name stuck. Alright. Tell me about the River Kingdoms. A month wouldn't be long enough to tell it all, Your Grace. Each kingdom is a special place all of its own. Elves live in one of them, another one half the country belongs to the Murderers Guild, and the other half gives them their orders. They say they even get locals discounts. There's just one thing that unites us all. Like a strong thread keeps a quilt together. It's the 6 River Freedoms. The 6 River Freedoms? Yes. The first freedom. Say what you will. I live free. It doesn't mean you won't get beaten up for what you say, though. The second freedom, well, if you can call it a freedom, oath breakers die. Those who break oaths get killed, just like that. So people prefer not making any oaths at all. Makes sense. The third freedom, walk any road, float any river. Once the ruler of Hyvar decided to build a gate across the river and collect a fee from each passing boat. Well, there's no more Hyvar. The fourth freedom is even worse than the second one. Courts are for kings. Whatever a king says goes. Well, as long as he doesn't say to build a gate across the river. Now for the fifth. Slavery is an abomination. Nothing to explain there. Runaway slaves from all over come to us for a reason. And the sixth? You have what you hold. It means that theft is much worse crime than robbery. If you catch my drift, you can honestly beat a robber and keep what's yours. But a thief acts on the quiet. Shame on him. That's just disrespectful. Alright, thank you, Alina. We'll discuss it at another time. Show us what treats you have. Just curious here. You've got camping supplies and rations. I should probably get some more of those. They're so heavy, though. Yeah, just enough for, like, one camp. Okay. Alright, thank you. I'm gonna take a look around a bit. We've got more citizens back here. What's back here? This looks like a storeroom. Alright. Cool.
Follow me.
Oh my god, no, I'm not stealing from my people. Back to the throne room then.
Arrest is in order.
Yes, it is, but I was really hoping I could find someone else to serve as my treasurer. Alright, let's go look at our advisors again. Oh, yep, no one else could be a treasurer. Got it. These are all like treasurer things too. Okay. So if I do that, economy statistics measure the barony's productivity and affects the state's income. The statistic is governed by the treasurer. So I've got -2. No, I need to just not have her be my treasurer. Alright, no treasurer for now. Alright, as Vanki's offer, let's put Harem on that. Start that project. Claim the outskirts. What are the outskirts? Oh, Tristian would have a +7 for this. It cost me 150 build points. What are crisis points? I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out at some point. 14 days to resolve. Let's see. +7. Alright, Tristian, start claiming the outskirts for my... Oh! I didn't realize this was going to pass time. Arg. Oh, I'm occupied with it too. Okay. Success. Your barony has expanded. It now includes the outskirts. Alright. Cool. Stat development. Meeting with an advisor. One of your barony stats has reached 20 points. It's time for you to increase its rank. First, meet with your advisor and discuss the future of the state. To do so, return to your capital. Yeah. I mean, I'm at the capital, so there we go. Ah, so that's the outskirts up there. Okay. Got it. For the north Gnarl Marches, there's Farnhold over there. Silverstep, Camelands, South Gnarl Marches, Dire Gnarl Marches. What's this over here? Pitax, I think it said. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Alright. The first shrine in your capital will be built for free. Excellent. And Counselor awaits in the... And then Harem has a request. Okay. But... Let me look at Cerelia. We need to build stuff here. Alright. Build. Let's get our... Yep, the shrine will be free. That's nice. Right. +1 divine when adjacent to a monument, +1 loyalty, and oh no, +1 divine. It is 1 divine. And plus divine when adjacent to a monument, and +1 loyalty when adjacent to the longhouse. Alright, longhouse can be upgraded to a town hall. Alright, what does a monument do? Alright. It just has an effect on the shrine and like other temples. Okay. Windmill, wooden wall, watchtower. Tavern gets a bonus if it's next to the town, to the longhouse. The barracks also gets a bonus if it's next to the longhouse, right? Right. Herbalist's house. +1 arcane when adjacent to a shrine. Okay. Granaries, +1 community. Brewery, +1 to loyalty when located in a settlement with a windmill. +1 to stability when located in a settlement with a tavern. So that one doesn't need to be next to anything in particular. Got it. My barracks, +1 to stability when next to the longhouse. Well, if I build a longhouse, I'm going to want it next to the shrine and the barracks and the tavern, right? Wait, shrine... Yeah. Okay, tavern, yeah. What about the shop again? +1 to economy when adjacent to a tavern. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build our longhouse in the center, of course. Where else would we build it? We should start building some other things too. So the shrine... If I put the shrine there... So I can put the monument there or there. But yeah, let's put the shrine down. We'll put it on this side of town. Get Okay, so the monument. Yeah, monument affects the shrine. Monolith, what does that do? +1 divine. Oh, but it can also be built in the separate slot, and it would give me even more divine. Got it. Lumberyard. Okay. +1 relations when located in a settlement with peers. I can't get a sacred grove in the same settlement. Okay. So barracks is +1 to stability when adjacent to longhouse. I forget, was there something else that gets a bonus for being next to the barracks? Affects jail, reinforced wall, school, stone wall, tavern, and watchtower. So it doesn't need to be next to anything in particular aside from the longhouse. Okay. I've got 314 BP still, so yeah, we definitely want our barracks. Yeah, we'll put the barracks there. There's one adjacent to longhouse, +1. One adjacent to a monument. So yeah, we're gonna build a monument in this corner of town here. We should build a wooden wall out here. We should definitely build piers. I still need to build the tavern and the shop. Yeah, we'll put the shop. We'll put the shop in this corner here, and the tavern here. Wax windmill. What does windmill do? It can only be built on the separate spot. Oh, can I build multiple shrines, apparently? So in theory, I could put another shrine in that corner, and then they'd both be next to the monument, and they'd both be next to the longhouse. Interesting. Oh, the herbalist's house wants to be next to the shrine as well. That's right. Arcane +1 next to a shrine. Okay, so yeah. Let's get an herbalist's house, and we'll put it down in this corner. in between the tavern and the shrine. And then that leaves us with 2 more things, and we've spent almost all of our BP. We should chill. Yeah, we're gonna chill for a moment. We'll build more later. Alright, events. Counselor waits in the throne room. And Harem has a request, which is also in the throne room. And I still don't have a treasurer because I just don't have anyone that can be a decent treasurer. Christian lowers his head. Greetings, Baron. I'm sorry to take you away from your other affairs, but your people need you. When the stolen lands were freed from the Stag Lord, the people sighed in relief, but many are still confused by their swift change of fortune. Truth be told, they simply don't know what to think of their new Baron, nor what to expect of you. Will you be a fair ruler for all, or only for those with wealth and status? Let us reassure your people. Show them where your favor truly rests. Perhaps a small celebration would win them over. Of course, you could spend the same amount of on a luxurious dinner for the wealthiest of your barony, but I recommend organizing a fair for the common people, the ones upon whose shoulders and your power truly resides. We shall hold a fair for the common people. I want them to know that I hold them closest to my heart. Community and culture +2. We will hold a luxurious dinner party for the merchants and support our wealthiest citizen. The support of our wealthiest citizens is essential. That'll help our economy and relations. I don't care to arrange anything. We can do without festivities and feasts. We'll get 20 BP. Community and culture, economy and... No, we shall hold a fair for the common people. I want them to know that I hold them closest to my hearts. Tristian smiles warmly. We will hold a common celebration where everyone will be welcome, including the poor and downtrodden. This is the greatest gift a ruler can give to his people. New events. Support the counselor's endeavors. Okay. Harem looks embarrassed. He runs his finger through his beard and clears his throat a few times, then speaks at last. I heard, not that it is important, but, well... He clears his throat again. I heard that an ancient trade road built by the dwarves of the 5 Kings Mountains runs through these lands. I don't know what happened to them, or where they went. Unforgiving time spares no one, but the road itself is still here, and possibly not only the road. Well, Arius Cyril, I have a request. If you find any dwarven ruins in the area, I'd like to see them with my own eyes. Of course, Harem. If I find any dwarven ruins, I'll take you to them. Thank you, Arius Cyril. Thank you. Alright. Cool beans. Oh. No. Jod appears to be coming. Your Grace, I was at Oleg's trading post recently, and I noticed old Boken just standing there, bored to death with nothing to do. This is most unfortunate. After all, the old grumbler is a very knowledgeable alchemist. However, he has no use for his skills, since the locals need nothing more than the simplest of healing potions. And then it struck me, why don't you hire him as your court alchemist? His decoctions and tinctures would certainly prove most useful to you. Also, it might be cheaper than simply buying from him or some other merchant. Okay. Alright, is that it? No one else is walking up? The court alchemist. Talk to Boken. But I gotta go all the way up to see Oleg to talk to Boken, don't I? Alright, well, whatever that's going to be about is something for next time. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Pathfinder Kingmaker, the Chronicle of Arius Cyril, and I am some guy you've never heard of. Unless, of course, you have.